Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. I'm just going on a walk, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about something that's kind of funny that's happening right now. At least it's funny to me. It's probably not funny to you guys, or to some of you. If this happened to you, it wouldn't be very funny, but hey. I've been diagnosed as cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for over 15 years, so I am certified crazy, so it's okay. But this is what's happening to me right now. I woke up this morning and I was making some TikTok videos, doing my usual thing, making breakfast, enjoying my morning, and I knew right away that something was a bit awry, was a little bit different. Or not different as in it doesn't happen, but just different as in I woke up this morning and it wasn't normal or my usual. So I was doing my thing this morning and I started hearing and seeing characters from horror movies, like from scary movies. Oh man. So characters like Ghostface from Scream, Chucky from the Chucky movies, Pinhead from Hellraiser, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Jason. I started the Leprechaun from the Leprechaun movies. Low-key, the best Leprechaun movie was the one where it was the Leprechaun in the hood. And I remember one scene in that movie where he killed someone with a bong. I think he shoved the guy's head into the bong or something. That's the best one. The best Leprechaun movie, definitely. It's the one where he's in the hood. It's so funny. But this morning, that's what was happening. I started seeing these scary movie characters just around me and talking to me. And I was like, okay. And the thing is, for me, it's not scary. At least not anymore. My illness hasn't really been scary per se or frightening since I was in college. In college, I was freaked out and a bit frightened because I didn't know what the hell was going on. But as I got into my late 20s and early 30s, it stopped being scary, and I learned how to be able to laugh and shrug things off and really just be able to find the humor in my illness. Because that's what I do believe, that's what a lot of people need to be able to learn to do, is find the humor in your illness, in your disorder, in your condition. Be able to smile and laugh at just the circumstance and your experience and what's happening, what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're seeing, what you're hearing. Because humor and comedy, it's such a healing property, a healing factor. It allows people to process and reflect and grow and be able to move past whatever they're experiencing. So that's what I've been doing. And this morning, like I said, I've been having these horror movie characters just follow me around, talking to me and doing crazy stuff. And, I would be like, hey, look it over there. But the fact is, I'm crazy. So what I see in here, you guys can't see or hear. So it's not like I can show you. Oh, man. But I'll probably post a couple of pictures. I use a couple of websites, AI generators, that I put descriptions of what I'm seeing as a schizophrenic. And the AI generators do a pretty good job of making a picture that shows what I'm hearing and seeing. So I'm pretty thankful that we have that kind of technology, because it allows people like me to be able to express ourselves and show brothers and sisters like yourselves what we are going through. It definitely does. But on this walk, the horror movie scary monster characters, whatever you want to call them, have been following me. And I don't mind. I don't mind they do it at all, because I'm not really worried. I know they can't harm me, and they can't do anything to me, so it's not like I don't fear for my safety. And because I don't fear for my safety, I don't really mind that they're following me. And the thing is, while they follow me, like, they try to do shenanigans. They do try to get me distracted. They try to do stupid things to get me to be like, oh, let me pay attention. Let me see what they're doing, what they're saying, stuff like that. I mean, like right now, they are pretending that, well, they're not really pretending, they're fighting each other and getting in like a Royal Rumble match. And then when there's people by me, like real people walking next to me or even close to me, the things I see go out and try to do things to the people around me. I mean, just use your imagination. They're horror movie characters, so they're probably not doing great or good things to people around me to try to get me to react a certain way. But yeah, it's just it's an experience, you know, when you wake up and you know that you're not entirely based in reality, that your life is a bit of a sci-fi fantasy movie, almost as if I live my own Lord of the Rings trilogy series. Almost I live in my own Marvel DC universe. At least that's what I feel like as a schizophrenic, is when I wake up every day, oh, that's cool, an airplane. But that's what I feel like when I wake up every day, is that I'm living in a different universe than everyone else. Especially when you hear and see things, when you have your paranoid thoughts, your delusions, your disorganized thinking, whether it's you're speaking word salad to where people can't really understand you, but you understand yourself, it's just people don't. And what you're saying makes sense to you in your brain, but in your mind, but on the outside, people are like, what the hell are you saying? I mean, usually my disorganized thinking comes in the form of having trouble following along conversations. Oftentimes in conversations, people jump topic to topic too quickly for me, so I get lost in translation. Also, it's hard for me to stay focused in conversations. I get distracted easy. It's just, my mind drifts away pretty quickly during conversations. But I would say I have more issues with disorganized thinking than paranoia or delusions. I mean, I still have those two things, but my disorganized thinking, I feel like, is more constant. But yeah. But I have, my paranoia and delusions, I would say on a weekly basis, maybe like 50% of the time, 50% of the time they do give me issues and trouble, but the other half of the time I'm like, I can get through this. I can check myself, reality based, ask questions, figure out this isn't logical, this is illogical, stuff like that. But yeah. Sorry, give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, I had something in my throat. But yeah, that's what I'm experiencing this morning, though, is these horror movie characters just doing nonsense around me, making faces, pretending to kill people, and it's insane. I'm like, really, guys? Like, you're not phasing me. Like, I'm not going like, oh my God, look, it's scary. Like, no. I'm more like reacting in a way that I'm like, go back to your production. Go back to your stage play. Go back to your movie. You don't belong here. You belong on the TV. You belong in Netflix or HBO Max or Amazon. You don't belong in my life. So get out of my life. Like, this isn't your scene. This isn't your movie. This is my movie. It's my life. So let me be the star of my own movie. That's what I feel like sometimes. But, yeah. But yeah, they're interesting characters. Let's see, a couple of other ones that I've seen today. The little girl from It, or not the little girl from It, the little girl from the Ring movie / series. They always have remakes of the Ring. But I think the Ring movie that I remember had Sarah Michelle Gellar in it, I think. I remember it was the American version, like from the 90s or early 2000s. But it's the little girl from the Ring who crawls out of the TV. I've seen her today. She's annoying as hell. Because I just want to, like, kick her. And just, like... yeah. Like, Mike Tyson her and knock her out. Because she's just annoying. In her stupid white dress, like nightgown with her long black hair that covers her face, and I'm like, just leave me alone. You're not my type. Not my type at all, thanks. Like, at least be like 5 to 10 years older. Like, be in your early 20s at least, and then maybe I would be like, hey, what's up? Like, really? Crazy. Let's see, who else? Also, Pennywise from the It movies. I've seen him today. He's funny to me. He's really funny to me because when I think of Pennywise and Freddy Krueger, both of them are annoying when they visit me. They belong in a circus. That's what my brain thinks. And so I'm always like, you guys don't belong here with me. You guys belong in a circus doing tricks. Like, you're in the wrong scene, guys. This isn't your environment. You belong somewhere else, not here. Oh. But, yeah, that's what I'm seeing today is, this fun stuff. But, yeah, I just wanted to walk and share with you guys what's happening with me today. So, I'm going to continue my walk as I can while my mind tries to play tricks on me, of course. I'm switching hands. Sorry, guys. It is nice out, as you can see. Blue sky, some clouds. There's a technical college by where I live that I try to walk around and just do laps. That's what I'm doing now. But, yeah. Also, what's funny, sometimes when I watch Chucky and the leprechaun guy fight, I've seen that, where they start fighting in front of me. And I'm like, you guys are silly. Both of you are like field goal size, like football. Like, I could punt you or kick you through the field goal post. And also, that reminds me of South Park. When they kick his brother, his little baby brother. They punt him, just kick the baby. No, I'm joking. Don't kick your baby. Absolutely don't kick your baby. It's a joke from South Park, where they're like, kick the baby. No. But no, don't take that seriously. It's from South Park, of all places. Man. But, yeah. It's just, this is my life, guys. This is my life of me trying to find humor and being able to laugh with my illness, my disorder. And that's the thing a lot of people also don't understand, especially a lot of Christian brothers and sisters who, they assume that the illness or disorder, like in my case, a lot of Christian brothers and sisters assume that schizophrenia is 100% like a curse, that it's terrible, that you cannot find happiness or joy if you're living with it. They assume, oh, you need to be exorcised because you're possessed, or I'm going to shove prayer down your throat, right? I'm going to pray for you even though I didn't ask you if you want me to pray for you. But you have a lot of Christians, a lot of brothers and sisters who, they make assumptions. And it's like, don't make assumptions, just ask me. Why don't you just ask me? Private message me, comment, ask questions, and be like, hey, how do you live with your illness? What are your coping skills? What are your coping mechanisms? What kind of skills do you use? Do you use DBT skills? Are you able to find humor and comedy in your illness? Like, I wish more people ask questions. I do. Because that's how you learn. That's how you seek knowledge. That's how you gain wisdom and insight, is by asking questions. But a lot of Christian brothers and sisters don't do that. Rather, instead of seeking wisdom and knowledge, they make assumptions. And I'm not sure what that phrase is, right? Or it's about assuming something and you make an ass out of yourself, or something like that. There's a phrase about it. But that's also the bad thing about my schizophrenia, is my memory. I forget a lot of things. I do. I forget a lot of number-related stuff, so like birthdays, phone numbers. I even forget how old I am half the time. And I don't even remember my own number half the time. But I also don't remember other people's numbers at all, or their birthdays, or holidays, or where people live, their addresses. Half the time I don't even remember where I've worked really in the past, or what I've done. My memory's just crap. I don't even remember, like, I have forgotten 99% of my days in college and my graduate master's degree. I can't tell you or explain to you what I did. Like, I just don't remember it. And it's partly because of my drug use, my substance abuse, as well as my schizophrenia. It's because of both, honestly. I made a lot of bad choices. I did. And those bad choices affected my brain and my memory and caused a lot of memory loss. So I wouldn't say I necessarily have memory of a goldfish. Like, I don't have that bad of memory, guys. Like, I really don't. I promise you. Like, my memory is not that terrible. I at least remember what I did yesterday. So there's that. There's that positive. Let's see. What's the furthest I can go back? I remember what I did Sunday. But before that, not really. I don't remember where I was, what I did, what I spent money on, stuff like that. And that's another thing. Spending, guys. Ooh. Money management, as they call it. My money management is terrible. And that's because I don't ever remember what I spend money on. And oftentimes I have to go to my Wells Fargo and go to my online banking and read through the transactions. And after reading through the transactions, then I'm like, oh, so I went to this place, spent money here, bought coffee here, bought groceries, paid my bills, stuff, all that. Like, I don't remember any of that stuff usually until days later when I check my bank account. And then when I check my bank account, it's always like negative money. I think today it's like negative $100 because I paid my bills, and then there's a couple extra bills that go through my checking account specifically. So not my debit card, they get through my bank account. Like, like transferred. And so I'm like negative $100 in my Wells Fargo today, which sucks, but it happens, at least for me. It happens quite a lot for me, just because money management I'm terrible at. And I've tried trying to get like an accountant or a payee, as they call them, for people with disabilities. You can hire a payee that has control of your bank account, and you have to go to them to request money, and then they ask you what you're going to spend that money for, and they can approve or deny your request. So I've tried getting a payee and stuff like that, but part of the problem with that for me is my paranoia. I don't trust people enough to give them that sort of control over my life. I just don't. There's only one person I've ever trusted enough to do that. That was Gremlin, Liz, aka Spicy Chicken Nugget. She's the only person in this world I still trust, to where I would give her access to my bank account within seconds and be like, please take control of this. I can't do this. She's the only person in my life that I trust enough for that to be the case. Like, yeah, I get paranoid and delusional real quick when people try to exert control over my life or try to control me specifically, like even bodily autonomy. I just get very paranoid. Like, an example, I went to urgent care last week my doctor wanted me to do these blood tests just to check to make sure everything was fine because of the medication I'm on. And I went to this urgent care clinic, walked in. I was feeling okay, like kind of okay. And they started asking personal information, your name, why you here, let's see your blood test request sheet, like document. They started asking for insurance card and all this, and wanted me to fill out like 4 or 5 papers of different things. And as time was going on, I started getting more and more paranoid. And my thoughts started to shift from, I'm okay, you can do this, to, why are you asking me all these questions? I don't trust you. I don't know who the hell you are. Yes, you're a receptionist and this is probably your job, but I don't trust you. I don't want to give you this information. Stop asking for all these things. And then, as I was filling out the paperwork and I was sitting in this chair, my brain started being like, people are staring at you. People are listening to your thoughts. People want to steal your thoughts. Oh, if you go back and you do these blood tests, they're going to sedate you and tie you down to a chair and they won't let you leave. They're going to keep you here. And I was like, I was having these crazy thoughts. And so I had to get up and leave, and I left the urgent care without doing my blood tests. And it was because as they wanted information, and as I was getting closer to the time to where they, were going to take my blood, I just started getting more paranoid and delusional. And that's what usually happens with hospitals for me, which is why I don't like going to hospitals, because I don't feel safe in hospitals. I've never felt safe in hospitals. The majority of my experience going to a hospital has been, or led to, them putting me in a psychiatric ward for a week or 2 weeks, and me being locked up against my will, and I'm not able to leave. And so, I just don't trust hospitals or urgent clinics or whatever you want to call them. I just don't. And I know they're not bad people. I know their intention isn't to harm people. I hope their intention isn't to do that, but I just don't trust them. I don't trust the nurses, the doctors, the social workers, none of them. And it's not their fault. It's just my brain and my mind and my illness, my schizophrenia, that causes me to freak out when I'm in those kind of medical facilities. But that is something that I have to deal with whenever I need medical attention. even like when I have, what do you call them? EMTs or the police. like when the police knock on my door, it freaks me out all the time, because I've had people call the police on me for welfare checks, and I've had the police physically take me to the hospital while I was fighting back and trying to get away from them, and they brought me to the hospital. So I know law enforcement, I know the majority of them are good. The majority of them want to help people. The majority of them protect and serve. And that most of them that I've dealt with, the police officers, I know the majority of the police officers I've dealt with, they wanted to help me, and they were trying to do that, but the problem was I just didn't trust them, because my experience with them in the past has been them forcing me and grabbing me, putting me in a police car, and taking me to the hospital. And so whenever they knock on my door, I'm always worried, like, what's going to happen? How are they going to treat me? You know, same thing with EMTs. I know the majority of them mean well and they have good intentions, but I've had a couple experiences with EMTs to where they ask questions and they don't necessarily listen to my answer. And so they bring me to the hospital just like the police do. So it's just my trust of medical facilities and medical personnel isn't the greatest. Not in the least bit. So, yeah. But this video went a lot longer than I expected. I wanted it just to be like 5-10 minutes, but it's been 27 minutes. So, guys, I'm going to head out. Sorry it's such a long video. I didn't know you would walk with me for this long. So, I will catch you guys later. I love you guys so much. Hopefully this walk was enjoyable for you guys, and you learned a little bit about me in terms of my schizophrenia and what I go through on a daily basis. So anyways, guys, I love you guys so much. Peace out. Have a wonderful day. It's wonderful for me. Look at the beautiful blue sky, and it's nice and sunny. Much love.